The 2024 elections in India have been a very curious election. Because even though Modi has won the election
Shri Narendra Damodar Das Modi
and has taken oath to become the Prime Minister of India for a record third time,
मैं नरेंद्र दामोदर दास मोदी ईश्वर की शपथ लेता हूं कि मैं विधि द्वारा स्थापित भारत के संविधान के प्रति सच्ची श्रद्धा और निष्ठा रखूंगा.
the BJP by itself has won more seats than the entire opposition combined. But still, the opposition is celebrating as if nature is healing, as if the glaciers are reforming, as if Rahul Gandhi has actually become the Prime Minister. The Aam Aadmi Party, despite getting only 3 seats in the entire country, is still celebrating with the wandering spirit of Arvind Kejriwal. Rahul Gandhi today is still more popular in some places in Bangkok than he is in India. So the obvious question is, why is the opposition so happy? Well, because to be fair to the opposition, the BJP's tally has fallen significantly compared to both the 2014 and the 2019 general elections. Because the BJP set some very heady targets for itself. Just before the elections, not only the BJP leaders, but the opposition was convinced that the BJP might be crossing 400 seats.
पूरा देश कह रहा है अब की बार
ये बीजेपी वाले कह रहे हैं हमें 400 सीट चाहिए
400 पार.
And so the results were obviously surprising to the BJP.
क्योंकि बीजेपी आप समझिए 245 के आसपास है.
I've already said that the results in Uttar Pradesh are not only surprising but shocking for us.
जो नतीजे आए हैं वो चौंकाने वाले हैं.
Now the exit polls predicted a major surprise in the state of West Bengal.
The BJP's juggernaut has been stopped in the state.
So in tonight's episode, we will discuss what the hell happened in the biggest and the most colorful democracy in the world in this election season, what Modi 3.0 with a coalition is going to look like, and what to expect from both Modi as well as the opposition between 2024 and 2029. So let's start with the results. The NDA, the coalition that the BJP was part of, got 293 seats, while the India Alliance, the opposition's alliance, got 234 seats. In the NDA, the BJP got 240 seats, the TDP got 16, the JDU got 12, the Shinde Sena got 7, and the Lok Janshakti Party of Chirag Paswan got 5. Compared to this, in 2019, the BJP had won 303 seats, which is well past an absolute majority on its own. And so similarly, for a powerful and successful career, a granite chin, movie star good looks, big muscles certainly help. But what you really need are current industrial skills. You must have noticed the massive layoffs recently. It's not just a few jobs here and there, but massive layoffs are happening across industries. And the reason behind this is the rapid growth of artificial intelligence and AI tools. Nowadays, you can't survive without working on your AI skills, whether you're in the tech-related jobs or non-tech-related fields like sales, marketing, HR, freelancing, operations, or even if you are a founder. It is very difficult to survive in the job industry today without upgrading your skills. And that is why, as a responsible CEO, I have organized a 3-hour AI and ChatGPT masterclass at Growth School. Don't miss out on this opportunity because usually this workshop is paid, but it is free only for the first 1,000 Sham Sharma Show subscribers. I've personally completed this masterclass and it has significantly helped me in my own research and in the scripting of my videos. I would give this course a 5 out of 5 rating. Over 1 million people like me have already attended and benefited from this workshop. This workshop will help you with your job hunting skills, resume and email writing skills, solving complex data in Excel sheet, presentation skills, and even your personal branding skills. It will help you achieve a higher earning potential, negotiate a better salary hike, and improve your job security. So in this volatile market, do not wait. The link for the class is in the description down below. As soon as you watch this video, book your free slot today. So they have fallen in 2019 from 303 seats to 240. And in 2019, they were expecting to get far more than 303. Despite all this, the NDA coalition has chosen Modi as the candidate for Prime Minister. Prime Minister Modi has taken an oath for a historic third time.
मैं नरेंद्र दामोदर दास मोदी ईश्वर की शपथ लेता हूं कि मैं विधि द्वारा स्थापित भारत के संविधान के प्रति सच्ची श्रद्धा और निष्ठा रखूंगा.
And from the look of it, the current ruling coalition does seem stable.
You say 95% seats we have won in Andhra Pradesh. That is a big victory. I have seen so many elections. This is the first of its kind. That is the confidence people are having on NDA.
आप सब लोग इतना खुशी हैं, सब पार्टी के लोग, मैं उनका भी अभिनंदन करता हूं और यही कहूंगा कि हम सब लोग इनके साथ रहेंगे.
और पिछले 10 सालों में हमारे आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने इस देश का विकास किया, इस देश को आगे बढ़ाया. आप ही में वो इच्छा शक्ति है सर, जिसने ये लक्ष्य रखा कि 2047 तक भारत को हम लोग विकसित देश बनाएंगे और भारत को विकसित देश बनाने की ओर आप ही हम लोगों को लेकर चल सकते हैं. एनडीए संसदीय दल के नेता पद पर श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नाम का समर्थन करता हूं.
Unless Nitish Kumar doesn't say, hold my beer. You know, there was a political saying in Bihar over the last few years which goes, Nitish belongs to everyone. And now maybe people are realizing what that really means. So the obvious question is, what happened in this election? How did the BJP tally become so low? No one was expecting this result. Most of the exit polls got it wrong. Just like no one was expecting that Gojo Satoru would actually die. See, I know. See, I'm cool with the Gen Z. You know, I know anime references. I'm not an old has-been. In my opinion, the reasons that I consider for the BJP's underperformance are broken down into the following. BJP got the caste matrix game wrong. They ignored local leadership and chose wrong candidates in many cases. They potentially sidelined the RSS in certain areas of the country.
इस पर नड्डा ने कहा, शुरू में हम अक्षम होंगे, थोड़ा कम होंगे. आरएसएस की जरूरत पड़ती थी. आज हम बढ़ गए हैं, सक्षम हैं. तो बीजेपी अपने आप को चलाती है.
Maybe there was a bit of arrogance that set in after the emphatic victories of 2014 and 2019. The defectors that the BJP inducted into its party from other parties performed poorly. The Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas movement of the BJP has not worked, at least as far as the Muslim community is concerned. This election signifies the victory of extreme mandal politics or extreme caste polarization. This also signifies the victory, at least for the time being, of extreme welfarism. So let's start with one of the big reasons, potential overconfidence from the BJP. If you start with the BJP slogan, Ab ki baar 400 paar.
अब की बार 400 पार. अब की बार.
It didn't quite work out as expected. It was meant to be a bold promise by the BJP to its voters to mobilize them. But instead of mobilizing them, maybe it created a sense of complacency within the voters. Another problem was the selection of candidates. A report from the Indian Express stated that the ticket distribution from the BJP was different compared to potentially 2014 and 2019. However, this time around, usually the BJP takes local BJP and RSS leadership into consideration when handing out tickets and deciding on candidates. But this time, apparently, that tactic changed. A BJP leader allegedly said that the high command of the BJP defined their own criteria, likings and dislikings about ticket claimants and did not listen to the word on ground realities. The same leader said that the BJP leadership was apparently too reliant on Modi magic. And this probably explains why people like Lallu Singh got tickets from places like Ayodhya, where there should have been extreme goodwill towards the BJP because they got the Ram Mandir built. But still there were reports that people of Ayodhya were angry with Lallu Singh. Lallu Singh even came out and gave a statement about changing the constitution, which made the scheduled castes nervous. Another potential sign of BJP's overconfidence was they gave a ticket to a man named Kripa Shankar Singh. Now, who is Kripa Shankar Singh? This is a man who released a book blaming the RSS for the 26/11 terror attacks carried out by Pakistan. This is like Donald Trump giving a ticket to Stormy Daniels or Netanyahu giving a ticket to an Al Jazeera reporter that openly supports Hamas. And lo and behold, that gentleman lost the election. Reports indicated that workers in constituencies like Kairana, Muzaffarnagar, Fatehpur Sikri, Mohanlalganj, Pratapgarh, Kaushambi, Allahabad, Jaunpur and Basti were also unhappy with candidate choices. And despite the feedback, the decision makers seemed to rely on the belief that Modi magic will work. Well, to be fair, you have to do something to make the magic work. It's not a Toyota Corolla that no matter what, it will just work on its own. It's also possible that the voters, because they were convinced that Modi is going to win over 400 seats and will comfortably form the government, they decided to punish their local leaders, because losing a couple of seats here and there isn't really going to affect the BJP. Initially, there was a plan to replace about 30 to 35% of the sitting MPs by the BJP due to anti-incumbency sentiments among the people, but in the end, only 14% of the sitting MPs were replaced. Another sign of overconfidence and maybe not taking the local leadership into account was that the BJP fielded 110 candidates who switched to the party from other parties. Out of these 110 defectors, 70 of them lost, which means over 60% of these defectors were defeated. On top of that, 26 sitting MPs were defeated, including 6 central ministers. Even top leaders like Prime Minister Modi and Defense Minister Rajnath Singh won their elections, but with significantly reduced margins compared to previous years. And because allegedly the BJP gave an indication to the RSS in some parts of the country that they didn't need them as much anymore, the RSS cadre in some areas was demoralized.
Have been less capable in the beginning and needed the RSS, but we have grown today and we are capable. The BJP runs itself, or runs its own affairs, unquote.
Another reason was getting the caste matrix wrong. This is something that was actually considered a major strength of the BJP. They have always been able to figure out the caste matrix of states better than the opposition parties. But this time around, the Samajwadi Party was actually able to figure out the caste matrix better than the BJP, at least when it comes to the key state of Uttar Pradesh. The Samajwadi Party posted 33 non-Yadav OBC candidates, 19 scheduled caste candidates, and 5 Muslim candidates from the areas where the BJP underperformed. And clearly, the Samajwadi Party was able to then take a lot of the OBC vote, a lot of the scheduled caste vote away from the BJP. Another reason is extreme caste polarization. The opposition was successfully, at least in some cases, able to spread a rumor that if the BJP comes into power with an overwhelming majority, they will change the constitution and take away the reservations of the scheduled caste community.
कांग्रेस पार्टी और इंडिया गठबंधन संविधान की रक्षा कर रहे हैं और बीजेपी के लोग संविधान को बदलना चाहते हैं, खत्म करना चाहते हैं.
Even a fake clip went viral during election season, which was allegedly orchestrated by a Congress leader.
After a doctored video where Home Minister Amit Shah could be seen announcing removal of reservation meant for scheduled castes and scheduled tribe OBCs doing rounds on social media, BJP has decided to file FIRs across the country.
And this could be one of the reasons why the BJP saw a dip in scheduled caste and scheduled tribe votes in the 2024 elections. Another reason is victory of extreme welfarism. Now, the BJP was very proactive with welfare towards the people of India. For example, financial inclusion and infrastructure schemes like Mudra, Ujjwala, skill up schemes, etc. But ultimately, the electorate voted and said that the scheme they prefer the most is the scheme that puts cash directly in their pockets. And the proof really is in the pudding. The Trinamool Congress government in West Bengal provided 1,000 rupees per month to women. They won. The Congress promised cash to women every month in their pockets. They performed much better than 2019.
हर महीने महिलाओं को 1500 रुपए प्रति माह दिलवाया जाएगा.
The Madhya Pradesh government, where the BJP rules, also promised freebies and cash to women under the Ladli Behan Yojana, and look at how well they performed in Madhya Pradesh.
We're getting some visuals from Bhopal, Rajdeep. These are visuals of a historic victory. Shivraj Singh Chauhan there, one amongst the masses with the BJP workers celebrating one of the most historic victories.
And this is what extreme welfarism means, which means providing cash directly in people's pockets. This is what people seem to prefer today, and you can't really blame the people as well. In a country like India, where there is still a large amount of poverty, where people still struggle over jobs, if you give them the option that instead of trying to go look for a job, you will get a certain amount of cash in your pockets every month, they will bite your hand off. Now, the question that I asked in the beginning was, what is the opposition going to do now? Well, they're going to triple down on what they did in the lead up to the 2019 elections. The opposition has tasted blood, much like I did when I talked back to my mom and she slapped the shit out of me. Extreme caste polarization worked to an extent, even if it wasn't successful. Apart from that, they also floated the idea of Jitni Abadi Utna Haq, which means people will get rights based on their population, which is an extremely destructive strategy, which will lead to an endless war between different communities over reservations and an increasing share of a limited pie. But in the short term, it might benefit the Congress party politically. Now, this might destroy the country in the long run, but in the short term, it might benefit the opposition parties politically. On top of that, the opposition parties before 2019 supported all manners of violence and anti-India protests in the country. They might triple down on that as well. For example, in 2022, during his visit to the UK, Rahul Gandhi met with Britain's Labour Party leader, Jeremy Corbyn. Jeremy Corbyn is infamous for his anti-India remarks, such as, Kashmir is a bilateral matter for India and Pakistan to resolve together by means of a peaceful solution. This is an anti-India stance against the national and security interests of the country. This man was suspended by the UK's Labour Party for his anti-Semitism. This is not a guy that you pose proudly for a picture with. It's like posing with Harvey Weinstein post the Me Too era. Remember that a lot of online logistical support for the farmers' protests were provided by organizations like the Poetic Justice Foundation, which is an openly Khalistani foundation which aims to break India into pieces and carve out a separate ethno-state. And what's dangerous about the opposition alliance is that while knowing that the Khalistanis were organized with this protest, did not withdraw its support from the protest, nor asked the farmer leaders to completely disavow organizations like the Poetic Justice Foundation. Despite the fact that one of the tallest Congress leaders, Indira Gandhi, was assassinated by Khalistanis. The opposition parties and their causes also received a lot of support from abroad, particularly from people like George Soros and Pierre Omidyar. George Soros, for people who don't know, is a Hungarian-American hedge fund manager and a philanthropist who is infamous for supporting extreme left-wing causes in different countries around the world. George Soros follows the models of affecting policy and governments in different countries through the use of NGOs and funding. This graphic from Disinformation Labs accurately depicts Soros's investments in organizations like Indian American Muslims Council, Stand with Kashmir, that are allegedly associated with the Pakistani ISI, organizations that are allegedly associated with Khalistani causes, American deep state actors like the United States Council on International Religious Freedom. He's even alleged to be connected to the Dismantling Hindutva Conference, as well as the caste-based legal attacks that are happening on Hindus in America. He funds more anti-India organizations than there are hospitals and colleges named after the Gandhi family. He also supports many anti-India personalities, like Harsh Mandar, who was one of the most vocal participants in the anti-CAA protests. Salil Shetty, who is the VP of Open Society Foundation, which is the main funding organization of George Soros, was walking hand in hand with Rahul Gandhi during the Bharat Jodo Yatra. Salil Shetty also took part in the farmers' protests as well as the anti-CAA Shaheen Bagh protests. When the USCIRF blacklisted India for its apparent lack of religious freedom in 2022, Anurima Bhargava was a major factor behind it. Bhargava is an Open Society fellow. The Doc Society, an organization which made a documentary on Ravish Kumar, also got funds from Open Society. A person named Khalid Baidoun, who wants to separate Kashmir from India, is also an Open Society fellow. They've also supported bigoted caste-based organizations like Equality Labs. Now, I know it sounds like a dystopian eugenics company, but it is a deeply anti-Hindu NGO who even ask people to boycott Hindu religious festivals like Holi and Diwali. Now, this is what to maybe expect from the opposition. What do you expect from the BJP going forward? How different will Modi 3.0 look when now they have a coalition government compared to 2019 and 2014? Well, generally speaking, on broad policy terms, there shouldn't be many changes, because on broad policy terms, both the JDU and the TDP support the BJP. There will be some differences. The JDU might not support the NRC. The TDP will still prioritize its outreach to the Muslim community and might oppose removing reservations for the Muslim communities in different states. And while the BJP's allies might support the Uniform Civil Code, the BJP might need to put issues like the Kashi and Mathura temples on the back burner for the foreseeable future. In terms of foreign policy, nothing in this election will likely cause the BJP to rethink any aspect of its foreign policy. The approach to China, Pakistan, America, Russia wouldn't really change at all, in my opinion. Economically, TDP and the BJP also do not disagree. TDP, in fact, is probably more free market oriented than even the BJP. As long as the TDP receives enough funding to develop Andhra Pradesh and JDU gets special status for Bihar and receives enough funding for Bihar, they should be happy.
जो आप समझ लीजिए प्रति व्यक्ति आय देश का है 1,50,000 रुपया, अब बिहार में है प्रति व्यक्ति आय 64,383 रुपये। अरे भाई, तो अभी भी तो हम लोग इतना पीछे हैं, 1/3 की स्थिति में हैं,
इसलिए अगर विशेष राज्य का दर्जा मिलेगा तो बिहार और आगे बढ़ जाएगा.
There have been other positives for the BJP. For example, in Tamil Nadu, they've increased their vote share to nearly 10 to 11%, which is triple what they managed in 2019. In Kerala, they've increased their vote share, and for the very first time in BJP's history, they won a seat in Kerala. Even though it chose to go alone in Punjab and won no seats, but they were still able to increase their vote share from 6.6% in 2019 to nearly 20% in 2024, which is a very significant increase. In fact, they got 5% more vote share compared to even the Punjabi party Shiromani Akali Dal. BJP made huge inroads in Odisha and is now the largest party and will probably form a government there. It performed very well in Bihar and may have finally created a new talented young Bihari leader in Chirag Paswan, who has a 100% strike rate in the elections. He won every seat his party contested on, compared to Tejasvi Yadav, who only won 20% of the seats his party contested. The major lesson for the BJP is that you survived a message from the people. The people didn't want to vote you out, but they were able to send you a message. You were able to avoid what happened to Atal Bihari Vajpayee in 2004. You were injured, but not mortally wounded. There's an old saying, you come at the king, you best not miss. Well, at least in this case, the opposition missed. And the BJP has a very good track record of learning from its mistakes. In fact, they performed very poorly in the 2017 Gujarat elections, which was considered to be a bastion for the BJP and Modi. But they learned from their mistakes in 2017 and they came back and won a record victory in 2022, completely obliterated the opposition. They won similar victories in Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh and Rajasthan in 2023 as well. Some more lessons for the BJP. Trust your local leaders. Give more power and more responsibility to leaders like Yogi Adityanath, Hemant Biswa Sarma and Chirag Paswan in Bihar. Respond to extreme welfarism by the opposition by extreme welfarism on your own. Flank the left from the left. Continue to grow the economy, create jobs and continue the positive economic trajectory of India of the past 10 years. Be even more efficient at extreme welfarism than the opposition could ever dream to be. Figure out the caste matrix better. Connect extreme welfarism to Hindutva. Continue to break down caste barriers through the use of extreme welfarism, economic development, as well as Hindutva. Use these three tools to once and for all destroy caste divisions in India. This is not going to happen overnight. This is going to take time. So people of India will have to be patient with the BJP. But this is something that must happen for India to actually become the superpower that many Indians want it to be. Another thing that can be done is maybe forge some new alliances. Maybe consider aligning with the Akalis in Punjab now that you're on equal footing politically. Maybe consider bringing back Uddhav Thackeray into the fold, because Uddhav Thackeray also has a Hindutva party. He would fit much better in the NDA than he ever would in the India alliance. So ultimately, more humility, more introspection, learn from your mistakes, and again, flank the opposition from the left and from the right. And I want to ask you, according to you, what do you think were the main reasons for the BJP's performance, and what do you think Modi 3.0 looks like in terms of policy decisions? What are some major policies that you're expecting from the BJP now that it is in a coalition government? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And again, guys, if you're enjoying these English explainers, let me know what to do a video on next. I will see you for the next episode, and until then, stay happy, stay healthy. I will see you for the next one. Subscribe to our Patreon for some fantastic wallpapers that I'm curating just for you guys. So if you want them, subscribe to the Patreon and you can get access to those wallpapers. And I will see you for the next episode. And until then, stay happy, stay healthy, take care. And I will see you guys soon. And to all of you, a secular pranam.